that are not mean to the dog, but also don't involve constant treating of the dog with my giant, stupid fanny pack treat thing and signing up for work. There are two things you need to know about taking your dog on a walk and having them be good. One is, have you ever seen a homeless person's dog pulling them down the street? You have not, because they travel and walk with their dog all the time. So that's the first key. Go on a lot of walks. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I'm going to show you what to do on the leash and the concepts involved in my loose leash walking methods, which involves no e-collars, no prong collars, very few treats. Here's the concept. Criteria for you turning or correcting is them leaving you on a walk. It is not them pulling. Once they are pulling, it is too late. When they leave you, that's when you are going to turn. They are going to hit the end of the leash of their own accord. You are then going to walk the other way where it is more boring. I want you to understand that concept. The turning method is not meant to correct the dog necessarily. It is meant for them, once they leave you, they are now at the boring part. A walk is a very difficult thing for a dog. Even if they were there 2 hours before or 2 days before out in the front of your yard, it's all new. It's very stimulating. Your dog does not have the most exciting life in the history of the world. That big world is difficult to deal with. And they're expected to do it on this 6-foot leash and be generally right next to you. It's a hard thing. So you got to start it in your house. Start it with my doorway method. I'm going to fling that door open. If this guy leaves, he's going to get a slight correction of which he gave to himself. We're then going to turn back into my boring house. This isn't my house. You're going to turn back into your boring house. And you'll do it 5 times until the dog understands that that doorway is not to be flown through. Okay, this is Jet, 3-year-old dog, intact. He got here 10 minutes ago for the board and train. Can I do a sit? Sure, sit. This method of the doorway is the most misunderstood method I have, and I love it. I love this method so much, and 60% of the people don't understand it. Here's the concept. Flying away from me on a leash is never a thing that is reinforced. What would the reinforcement be? You following them. They flew out, they pulled you out the door, and you followed them. I do not care about a sit, stay, and then a release if they fly. Everyone goes, oh yeah, my dog's great at that. He does a sit, stay, and he'll wait forever. And I go, and then when you release him, what does he do? And they go, oh yeah, he pulls. What did you really do? You didn't do anything. You trained to sit, stay at a door, which is an easy thing to do because the reinforcement of being released out the door is so high you can train to sit, stay all day. It's the release that they can't pull. The same thinking on flying out this door is the same thinking of your dog walking down the street and flying at another dog. I want to get from point A to point B, from here to out the door, or from a walk to the dog, so you fix leash reactivity with the doorway method, because getting out that door is almost as stimulating as getting to that dog. It's the same thinking. So you're essentially correcting the same sort of pathways in the brain. Jet, I'll do a sit, stay, because all you guys do it. Sit, stay, and then I'm going to fake him out. Or he's going to fly out the door. I'm going to fake him out, and that's good. Everyone's like, you were confusing to the dog. Yeah, that's exactly right, I was confusing to the dog, because the world is not a clear place. Okay. Oh, he did it. You're the best boy in the world. Okay, let's go on a walk. Oh, I'll do this all day. Even though he's good, he's not perfect. Is he checking in with me on the way out the door? You want your dog to walk down the street, see a dog, get all worked up and go, where's that guy? Where's that guy? Where's that guy? So he's not really doing that. He's being good enough. He's not being good enough for this dog to go home at the board and train. I mean, he got here 10 minutes ago, so I wouldn't expect him to be. Okay. Oh, was he calmer than the first two? I believe so. We're going to take that. Okay. Now, I don't give a cue. Okay, let's walk. This is your driveway. What did I do right there? I said, let's walk. It's not a cue. Where's he going? Where is he going? I don't train a heel with board and trains or with clients over here. I train loose leash walking. I want to be able to walk and be free and not give cues all the time and not give treats all the time. Good boy. Leave it. You want to train the concept of them following your body language and them understanding that this 6 foot, this thing that is attached to them, of which you understand the concept of, but your dog has almost no clue of the concept of, I don't care where this dog wants to go. This dog needs to cue off of me. I don't care that he wants to smell the ground and stop at everything. I am not going to beg him with a treat. The leash, he just said, oh, the leash matters. This guy matters. Oh, now you're the greatest boy in the history of the world. And your dog stops and smells, and it's fine. You release them to let them pee and smell. When they're good, you release them. You'll even let them walk and not pull, but let them kind of cruise around. You're the best boy. You're so good. But I watch you, and you guys, the dog just stops and smells, and then you just stand there forever, and you pull, and the dog doesn't come, and you just stand there. It's enough of that, okay? You release them to smell. You release them to poop. Release them all day for all I care. But it's got to be to a degree on your cues. Dog's got to look out for you. So this is your driveway. You should be doing a lot of turns. Then you go out on that walk. You notice he smelled. He constantly stopped. Leave it. He constantly stopped and smelled. And then I gave him that one correction. And this dog went, oh, okay. Did I hurt the dog with that one correction? Absolutely not. Do you guys generally give that one correction? Absolutely not. Because you've been told that you can't. Or I don't know why you do it, to be honest with you. I don't know why you guys don't do it. But he's a different dog from that one thing. If something can be trained quickly and well, and you don't, leave it. I don't really care that this dog wants to smell the concrete. It matters to me zero, because eventually I'm going to not want this dog to do something else, to attack a dog, to come to me. I'm going to not want, and if he, leave it. And if this dog goes, okay, that guy's voice matters, those cues matter, the tone of that guy matters, then you can use behaviors like loose leash walking or my recall method or my doorway method. It'll bleed into everything else. When you want them to not growl, we'll do this all day, Jet, all day long. When this thing's on, life is not a game. He can have a great life on our walks, but I'm going on a walk for his exercise. And if there's constant stopping, if there's constant pulling, nobody's enjoying it. We need to move. And then when I get to an interesting spot, I'll release him. Okay. I'll release him. I will let the leash go. I will walk with him. Sometimes I even let a dog pull after a release as they walk down the bushes and mark. And we'll do this a lot. But I'm not doing, when I'm walking and he's stopping, that's not the way this thing goes. That's not the way life with your dog should go. Oh, Joel, I don't want my dog to be a robot. Well, you do in a way when they're on leash. And then you can choose to release them at any moment. But you want some robot moments. You want some semblance of, what's a robot? A robot's something that does what you say all the time. You choose when you want them to do what you say. You choose it. And maybe it's 0.01% of the time. Well, at least you have it in your back pocket when you want that 0.01% of the time of them being a robot. Have it there. Know how to do it. Know how to make them a robot, then never use it. But if you don't know how to do it, where's he going? I'll do this all day. I don't even mind where this guy is. I do not mind that he is this far away from me on a leash. I don't really mind if he's on my right or my left. I don't really care. I care that this guy understands that simple stop, it's not even anything interesting on the ground. Simple stops and saying, I'm going to stay here and smell nothing is not the way this thing works. He's been here. Where's he going? Look at the camera person. Camera person doesn't matter. That person on the walk doesn't matter. Right there. He always stops right here. We'll just keep doing this. Oh, now, I mean, he's a follower. He's doing good. He's not doing great. This has also been a 6-minute video. You can go in your backyard and walk your dog like that. You should. That world out there is big and stimulating, and you're asking them to be good on a leash in that crazy stimulating world. You got to start somewhere. So you can either start with a prong, you can start with a bunch of treats. The bunch of treats method does not, you didn't get a dog to sign up for a 40-hour, 80-hour a week job. You should take some wins and not be told that, well, you got a dog, you got to put in the work. Yeah, you got to put in the work. This is a 6-minute video. I'm putting in the work, but I'm not doing this for 20 hours. I got a dog for a lot of reasons, and it was not to have another job. I try to give you guys the simplest and the best methods that are not mean to the dog, but also don't involve constant treating of the dog with my giant, stupid fanny pack treat thing and signing up for work, another full-time job. People in society, they have anxiety, they're miserable, there are all these things. Maybe your dog should just add to your life. Maybe you should be a confident person that isn't a sheep and doesn't just do what force-free trainers, leave it, good boy, that's our best boy, tell you to do, and you start to think like an individual and think, oh yeah, I can have that loose leash walking thing or that recall thing or that dog aggression thing in a relatively quick period of time, and it's not rocket science, but I got to kind of be a little tougher, and I got to block out the noise. What is up with this area? Leave it. I simply don't care. I will take him to that area every single time. I will let him put his nose to the ground. I'm starting to condition to leave it. He's like, why are we walking in this big boring circle? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care what he thinks about this big boring circle. Now, if you did this for 5 minutes in your backyard or your front area, your neighbors would think you're a crazy person. But then you're going to go on a walk. Your dog's a little tired. You have established some rules and boundaries and this notion that you're the boss. And then you go on that walk and your dog's 80% better, 50, maybe 30. 8 minutes of walking in a big boring circle and your dog's 30% better. Did a little tactic there. Let's see if that helped. All right, he went back to his normal smelling spot. I did not say leave it. I walked into him. He's got like he's intact. Oh, smell your spot. This is a process that will pay dividends if you can run the clock out. It's a war of attrition with this particular dog. I'm just learning this. He just got here. It's a war of attrition where he's going to say, I'm going to smell, and eventually this dude's going to let me stay here and smell. But I'm not. Now, ever since I walked into him, have we seen it? We stopped over there, and I said, why are you stopping? I'm walking. I don't care if his nose is to the ground. I care if he stops. Oh, now you're going, okay. He's a scratch. That's fine. We're not tyrants, but we're not listening to treat, go on walks and treat. We're not doing it. I don't do that with my kids. I don't do that with my employees. All of them get reinforcement, but we're not begging. We're not begging. He's bored. Great, you should be bored in life. Your kids, they look at the iPads too much. They should be bored sometimes. I said that to a parent once. She takes the kids in there, always going places. And I go, I want my kids to occasionally be bored. And she looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah, they should experience love. They should experience fear. They should experience happiness. They should experience boredom. They should experience everything in life. Kids and dogs. Sit. You're a good boy. Stay. Okay, there's your boy. Now he's free. Now he can do whatever the heck he wants for as long as he wants until I say come. And then what do you think my recall method is? If I've trained the word come, used treats, slowly approximated to more difficult places, jackpotted with treats, let him know what the criteria is. The minute I say come, he's kicking the rocks. The minute I say come, we're going to get him. Because we're not begging. We're not begging him to stop smelling the ground. We're not begging him to come to us. That's how you got to be with your dog. Block out all the noise, okay? You're the boss. You run things. You're the boss in life. Be the boss. Be a little more. Be a little more confident. Listen to, I don't know, listen to some of these business leaders. Listen to people who've done something in life, right? You're not sheepish. You're a confident person who means what they say and says what they mean and follows up. People take you seriously. You're not mean. You love everyone. But your dog is not that different from people in your life, okay? But maybe train your dog better than you would your children. Be a better leader to them. All right, that's your inspirational video of the day.